I had just parked at the back of church when the earthquake struck. I was still in my car at the time. I'd turned the car off and I was under a large concrete tilt slab wall. I looked up at it and saw cracks appearing down the wall, and I could see into the paint shop behind, and that's when I realised the wall was going to fall down on me. I watched as the wall came crashing through the car, and I remember almost everything, being in the car, just feeling everything crush around me. My legs were pinned either side of the steering wheel, and the roof had crushed down within a few centimetres of my head. I thought, okay, this is it, I'm definitely going to die now. And I just thought, okay, I need to look and see if Jesus is here to take me to heaven. I tried to look out behind me and see if he was waiting there. I didn't have a real strong awareness of God's presence, but I felt like I was going to be okay and I wasn't alone. That was really important.
I don't know why, I just decided to race round to her work. Everybody was standing out on the street all with their hands on their mouths, all quite upset, and I said, "Where's Elsa, where's Elsa?" And they all said, "She's down the back, but don't go down there because her car's been crushed and she's in it." Came around the corner and her car was just squashed under this 40-ton tilt slab wall, and I didn't, for a second, I didn't think she was alive, and I just freaked. I could hear her talking to God, though she was just talking away to God. So I sort of half tried to dive in the car, and I couldn't get in very far. I could only get my head in the car. And a few of the boys organised or stole the fork truck from ITM across the road, and it was only a wee 1-ton fork truck, but it lifted the tilt slab about 300 mil high. It was just enough for me to get into the car beside her and try and free her legs. I pulled and pulled, and yeah, I don't know, I just felt, I was screaming at God to help me. I just kept saying to him, "You've got to help me get her out, you've got to help me get her out." And I managed to squeeze her out between the driver's seat and the roof, just a little gap, and through the back door of the car.
I remember being pulled out of the car and Craig running me down the driveway and saying, "I've got no strength left." And it was so surreal because of course I had no idea about anything going on in the city, and just lying there waiting for ambulance help to come. And I remember saying to Craig, "What's going on? How has anyone died in this earthquake?" And I guess that's something, looking back, I'm so fortunate compared to what a lot of other people went through. The first night in hospital I said to Craig, "I feel so good considering what I've been through. I know that people around the world are praying for us and I can really feel it." Just remembering how everything around me was crushed and I was in this tiny bubble, and knowing that there's no way I could have survived unless God had placed the car exactly as he did, and the wall, it should have crushed me flat, but it just didn't. And we know God's used the story so much already, just people that haven't been Christians and have seen about it and said, "How could this happen? It could only be a miracle." And we say, definitely, it was God all the way.